Feedback, good or bad, is a fundamental learning tool, so let's make sure that your feedback counts. My name is Nikki Morrow with To the Moon and Back Behavioral Consulting, and my goal is to make your lives as parents easier in the day-to-day. So at our last video blog, I discussed the difference between encouragement and praise. So this is kind of piggybacking on that idea. So in order to give your kids the best long-term benefit, you want to make sure that you give your kids both perspectives, both negative and positive. So constructive criticism and encouragement. If you only give your kids a one-sided view, then you're kind of putting them out into the world without knowing what to expect or without being prepared for what to expect. You want to instead give them both perspectives in a safe way with you so that they can gain the resilience that they need and the persistence that they need out in the real world. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you some tips and strategies on to make sure to have these, positive feedback, encouragement, go ahead and lead to the best bang for your buck, so to say. So with encouragement, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are as specific as possible. You want them to know and have the information for why exactly they're getting this praise, what made them successful to begin with, so that they can take that into the future and learn from it. And then you want to also make sure that you mean it with your whole heart. You want this to be as heartfelt as possible because you don't want to just give them fluff. Fluff does nobody any good, right? It's fluff. It's useless. So you want to make sure that they have the information. Again, you're trying to give them the information to be able to learn from, to gauge their behavior by, so that they can be successful in the future. So again, be as specific as possible and make sure that you mean it with your whole heart. You don't want to overuse it, because if you overuse it, then they're going to pick up on the insincerity and they're just going to start tuning you out, because they're going to know that it's just fluff and it's not real and authentic. Versus if you mean it with your whole heart, they're going to be able to know that they actually really did earn it, that they worked hard for it, they earned it, and it's sincere, and they'll actually be able to take that pride and actually feel it, be able to feel that sense of pride that we want them to feel. So in order to give you an example of how to be specific with your praise or encouragement, what you want to do is you want to avoid saying general comments like great job or good boy. You want to be more specific. So you would say, I am so thankful that you took out the trash without me asking. That was such a big help. Or, your writing looks so clear. Your care and the time that you're putting into your practice is really paying off. It's really showing. So you can see in those examples, it's very specific what exactly your child did to be successful and what they can do next time to continue to be successful. So with negative feedback or criticism, you want to make sure that you keep it constructive. Again, we're trying to make sure that we're giving our kids the tools to go out into the real world and be successful. So we want to make sure that we're not bashing them, we're not cutting them down in hopes that they'll learn, because that's not a productive way. We want to make sure that we're giving them constructive feedback in a calm way so that they can take it and learn from it. So again, you want to make sure that you're staying calm. You want to make sure that you're not doing this in a moment of aggravation when you're just like frustrated as heck because you've said it 5 billion times and why are they not listening to you? You want to make sure that you're saying it very clearly and concisely so that they can learn from it. So again, it's kind of almost a similar outline or similar guideline for doing positive feedback as negative feedback. You want to make sure that it's as specific as possible so that they have the specifics to be able to take those and learn from them and adjust their behavior in the future. You want to make sure that it's not constant. Nobody wants to be constantly criticized or constantly corrected. It's no fun for anybody, and what's going to happen is you're just going to get tuned out because it's going to seem like nagging, and nobody likes a nag. You know, nobody likes to be a nag. Nobody likes a nag. It's the same thing with your kids. So an example of a more constructive criticism, again, you don't want to be overgeneral, like saying, oh, you did a bad job. You want to tell them what it is that, you know, you think could be done better. So for example, with the writing example, you could say, wow, you finished your writing practice very fast. Your letters aren't very clear. Do you think this is your best work? You know, or do you think we could try this again? Do you think you could do a little bit better if we slowed down and we took our time? So that way you're showing them like, hey, I know that you can do better, but you're doing it in a nice, constructive way. And you're kind of giving them hints as to how they can improve. So that's, you know, positive examples of positive feedback or encouragement and negative feedback or constructive criticism. So it's, as you can see, it's very important to give your kids both perspectives because, again, all the skills that you're teaching them at home, this is their safe place. This is their safe place to learn these skills. And you want to give them both perspectives so that you can set them up to be resilient and persistent out in the real world where they're going to get these hard knocks and people are not going to be so tippy-toeing around their feelings and trying to be nice and gentle to them. So you want to be able to give them, you know, that negative criticism or that negative feedback as well to kind of balance it so that it's not as harsh when they go out into the real world. I'm like, what? I've never heard this. Like, why is this person, I thought I was amazing. I thought I was awesome. And now I'm hearing somebody doesn't like me. Oh my gosh. It's gonna make their world crash down if they've never heard it, if they've never been prepared for it. And in the home, when you give it to them, you can teach them how to be resilient. You can teach them how to keep trying and to push through, even though, you know what, everybody fails. Let them see you fail. Let them see you persevere and try to do better next time and have that open conversation with them. Even if you do something that's not necessarily right, you know, with them, you could say, oh, you know, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have yelled. I shouldn't have, you know, I made a mistake. You know, this is what I'm going to try to do better next time. And it's just all part of being human. You're teaching them to be human so that they have the tools to build their future success with. So I hope that you found that interesting, and if you did, please like it and share it. Stay tuned next week for my video blog as well, and I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, now recently on Twitter. Still trying to figure that out, so bear with me on that. But I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you on those different types of social media. So take care and have a wonderful day. Also, as well, I wanted to let you guys know that I do have a private Facebook group that I recently started, and it's a safe place for parents to kind of support each other through these ups and downs of parenting. It's more geared probably towards, you know, behavioral situations such as, you know, what I'm passionate about. And there's also, not only are there parents on there, but there's going to be some selected professionals as well that I feel like will really have a great voice and some great suggestions to offer us, you know, because I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. And I'm still learning and growing so that I can be the best coach for you guys and my clients in the future. So that's it. Go to Facebook. There's a link on my page, on my Facebook page, To the Moon and Back Behavioral Consulting. Take care. Bye-bye.